Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are, folks. I'm Brent, your host with Murphy's Aquarium, and what I'm here to talk to you today about is probably one of the most boring topics out there for aquarists, and that is washing sand. Yes, we're going to wash sand today. Well, in all fairness, I did this months ago, and I just haven't gotten around to posting the video. But here we are. So you're probably, me or not, you're probably wondering, why should I worry about washing my sand? Well, first of all, if you're in a saltwater aquarium, you're probably going to use some sort of sand substrate for your bottom of your aquarium. I mean, the premise is that you want something your bacteria can glom onto. That's why we like to use sand or other gravel, whatever. I've heard a good authority you don't want to use gravel, but hey, your mileage may vary there. But you want something on the bottom that the beneficial bacteria in your aquarium can glom onto. Watching a video on beneficial bacteria by Dr. Tim of Dr. Tim's Bacteria was that bacteria does not stick very well to smooth surfaces. It needs surfaces that are coarse. So that's why we do it. But why do we wash the sand? Well, if we don't wash the sand, the tiny, tiny particles that are extremely small compared to the other sand particles, if they get disturbed, they will basically make a big sand smoky cloud in your aquarium, and it will be bad because it will not go away. So this video that I'm showing you in this later segment is going to be me over the course of a day and a half or so, using lots of water in a big bin with 30 pounds of sand to wash it. And you'll see I'm doing is I'm agitating it with the water hose. I'm getting those sand particles in the water column, and then I'm using basically the water to overflow out of the tub, and then it's basically taking those sand particles in the water column and putting them out of where the vessel of where the sand is. That's what we want to do. So please take a look and enjoy the most boring video you'll probably ever see of me washing sand. Here we are, as promised. The bin in the backyard is set up with the 30 pounds of sand, so it overflows. The little particles are in the water column and spilling out with the water. As we agitate it and get those tiny little particles in the water column, so that as we add water, those little particles are hopefully going to flow out of the edge of the bin, because I have it slightly uneven, so it'll do that. It'll overflow in that one direction, because that's what I wanted, just that one spot. But yeah, I'm just sitting here agitating to get that in the water. Here we are at night. You can see that first shot was a little clearer, and then I agitated it and I let it run a little bit. Here's the next day. I left the hose on all night. Just kidding. It rained. But here we are again that next day. Trying a little bit different things. I'm trying to agitate and then push those particles out a little faster, instead of just kind of filling from the bottom and trying to push them out with the water pressure. Just something I'm trying. You'll notice this is not my usual camera either. This is my phone. It just was a little easier to use the phone. So sorry about the different video quality, but here we are. But yeah, agitating, pushing, and away we go. And just about done. I'm probably going to call this done. Now, while you're probably wondering, what am I doing standing here next to this tank full of water and sand, the red Solo cup? The answer is, I want to show you why you need to wash your sand. So if you've watched hopefully you've watched, because this is at the end, you've watched the sand washing videos that I've preceded this segment, and you've hopefully seen how cloudy it was, and then you cleaned out cloudy, whatever. At the end it was very clear. But it's not, you don't really understand why, right? Other than, okay, we should wash sand. That's probably what people have said. You need to wash your sand. Okay, what? So I'm going to show you why. And I'm going to scoop up a lot of sand here. And then I'm going to dump it right back into the aquarium. Oh, come on. All right, watch what it does. Do you see that? Yeah, it was cloudy for a second, but it immediately cleared up. So the whole point of this is we want to make the sand not turn the aquarium into a big goofy mess of sand smoke. Maybe that's the right word. But here you go. This is why.